start with just to check on Jamie Sterry, if that's all right. How's he getting on?
Yeah, he's having another positive week on the training ground, which is good. Be great when we get Jamie back. Obviously, we know how big of a player he is for us, and he's not far away, which is pleasing.
Because character-wise and as vice-captain is an important person around the group, isn't he?
Yeah, he's massive. Jamie's one of the older ones we have in the group, really. And when I say older ones, he's only 28, 29, but he's got good experience. He's been really good in terms of since we've signed him at the football club, and he's picked up some really strange injuries that's caused him problems and kept him out for large spells, which is really unfortunate for him. But when he's played, you can see the importance and his leadership in terms of what he brings. Also, how much ability he's got. So it'll be good to get him back. He's not too far.
The Reading and Crewe games, were they a bit more like it from your team in terms of the performances and output?
Yeah, in spells, I would say. Longer spells than we've shown previously, I would say. So although we went in 1-0 down at Crewe, I felt the performance was okay. Probably rushed a couple of things at the top end of the pitch, hence why we probably didn't score in the first half. But then obviously to concede the goal we did was frustrating. We had to regroup second half, and we came out and I thought we were stronger again in the second half. And ultimately, deserved to win the game. So the last two performances have been pleasing in large aspects. Obviously, still things that we need to improve on. But I think that'll be the case for the remaining of the season. I don't think we've ever cracked it in terms of a complete performance. I think we're always searching for more.
If there's a game to get back to winning ways in the league, then this certainly would be a good one, wouldn't it, against your old team at home?
Yeah, well, it's just the next one for us, really. It's we've prepared this week. We obviously know what Barnsley's about and how they play and all those sort of aspects. So we've prepared this week to go and put a really good performance on at home in front of our home fans and hopefully a packed stadium. And we want to play, with freedom and expression and energy. And hopefully get the fans' appetite going and get behind us and support us all the way. It's been a positive week in the training ground, so we need to take that into the game.
You've already beaten Rotherham and Bradford at home. Do you take something from those games as big Yorkshire derbies as well?
Yeah, I think in any sort of derby game, I think it's the team that's the most calmest, and my message will be the team to play our game, to focus on what we're trying to do, the game plan, the structure that we're trying to play in, and hopefully go and put the performance on the pitch. We know that when we perform, we can match anyone in the division. When we slip underneath that sort of performance level, then we can get hurt by anybody in the division. So we have to stay as strong as possible and switched on as possible in the game for long spells, I would say. And stick to what we're about, really, and stick to what we believe in, and stick to what we've worked on, and hopefully that gets us a good performance and a good result.
I spoke to 34-year-old Conor Howrahan yesterday, and he still describes you and sees you as one of the younger managers around. I imagine you'd take that.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. If that's what Conor thinks, yeah. I mean, look, I'm 45 now. Yeah, I've been in managing now for I think about 10 years. Although I'm not old in terms of management, I do sometimes feel like I've been in the game a long, long time. But I love every minute of it. Like, honestly, it's the best job in the world. Particularly the bits where you see players developing and getting better. And obviously the winning side of it, is the bit that you're in it for, really. I'm still enjoying it. I'm still as hungry as ever. I remember my first ever management game. I think I was 34, 35, maybe. For Peterborough, we played Oldham away and we won 5-1 on that day. I was a caretaker manager, and that buzz is still the same every match day for me. That nervous sort of butterfly tension when you're driving into the stadium and you're hoping for the 3 points. And it probably starts the night before. You know, you're thinking lying in bed and you just want to make people happy. You want to make the fans happy. You want the players to go and express themselves. And ultimately, that's what we do it for.
So what would be your kind of words of wisdom from a decade in management to someone like Connor, who's literally just starting his journey as a head coach at 34?
Listen, I've been really impressed by Connor. You know, obviously, he came in sort of way last season, then he late on, I think, and he's taken the reins this year. I like the way Barnsley play. I think they've recruited smartly as well in the summer with a little bit of experience in McGoldrick and people like that, and youthfulness in certain areas, i.e. Patrick Kelly and some of the young players coming through. So I like what they're about. Barnsley as a football club, I like the fact that they give young players an opportunity. I like the fact that they're not afraid to bring a couple of experienced ones in, like Roberts or McGoldrick, to help that, because I think without that you don't flourish. I've seen many times before where football clubs will just go completely young, and you need the balance. So we like that. We do something similar. Barnsley, you know, I can see they're doing something similar. Their style of play is good. So yeah, I think that I don't think I'm anybody really to give anybody advice. Really, I think my sort of way motto in management is to stick what I believe in and focus and drive on that. And ultimately, that's a byproduct of what you do every single day on the training ground, and hopefully that can, in the long term, benefit you, and you'll see the results in the pitch.
You mentioned Patrick Kelly there. I spoke to him as well yesterday. He's got his first senior call-up for Northern Ireland this week. I imagine as a proud Northern Irishman, you're very pleased to see that one of your former players. Yeah,
it's nice to see PK get his call-up. He had a good season here last year. He started slowly, as it always does in your first loan, and it was a bit stop-start for him because he kept getting called up in the national teams, and it's a wee bit like Charlie Crew at this moment in time with us. It's a stop-start for him because he's here, then he's away internationally, and then he's back. And we had conversations with West Ham and PK last year to say that after the November camp, I think you'll settle in, you'll start to settle, and you'll start to find your feet, and I think he did. And yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I think he's made a good decision from leaving 21s football to go into an established League One team, and a team that probably suits the way he wants to play. So fair play to him. It's good to see. I watched him a couple of maybe 3-4 weeks ago in a 21s game in Northern Ireland, because I actually went over to watch my son, and he was good in the game. He played Germany and he was good in the game. So I know Michael O'Neill was at the game because I spoke to him at half time in the boardroom. So fair play to him. He's got the call up, and it's obviously down to him to stay in the mix now. You mentioned comparisons there with Charlie Crew. Do you see him, once this international break's over, taking more of a role towards the second half of the season? Because I think people may have thought he might have got a few more minutes than he has already this season. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be, I think it'll be comparable to what you've seen with PK last year. Charlie came in January last season. This season he's come in obviously at the start of the year. And we have had conversations with Leeds, and I've had conversations with Charlie to say, and his agents really, to say, look, when November international break passes, I think we'll start to see a more polished Charlie Crew really. And I'm not saying that he's not. He's training very well. He's a great kid, good attitude, wants to do well, tremendous footballer. But I think once it settles and the international break sort of way this one finishes, I don't think the next camp is until March maybe or something like that next year. I'm sure, but I think we'll see a more all-round sort of Charlie Crew, a bit like we seen with PK last year. So that's where we are with that one. How are the legs a week on from the end of Prostate United? Yeah, good. Actually, feel a lot better. Nice knowing that you're not getting up in the morning to do a run, but a few of the lads have still been out, doing their some runs and stuff like that, but not for me at the moment. I'll give it another couple of weeks and then we'll set up again. I've noticed as well that you've, as a club, have passed £41,000 in terms of the money that you've raised this year. I mean, you're the first club to do that in the history of the challenge.
How proud are you of the response and what you've managed to do as a collective over the last month or so?
Yeah, extremely proud. I sent the whole club an email straight after the challenge to say that, the support and everybody that's obviously took part in the challenge, regardless of what you were doing, it's truly really appreciated in terms of what you've done, because everybody's contributed to the prize and the fund that we've raised so far. And I think there's still another, 7-8 days maybe left of it, maybe a bit longer. It's been a monumental effort from everyone. I think you joined us on the last day, and you could see, and that's not even everyone. We had some people back in Northern Ireland that joined our team, and our biggest fundraiser, Craig, couldn't make it on the day. It was a huge team effort, and like I said, it's for a tremendous cause. And I think we'll just get more. To be honest with you, I think there'll be more donations coming in. Well, I know there will be anyway, because we have another decent sum to go in at some point. But it's all for the really good reasons that we know about, Adam.